couple of days, take a chill pill. All right. Yeah. I have done, and we have done in the private trading room, less trading in the last 3 days than I usually do in an entire day. I mean, it has been just, and the market's been great. Thank God we're going in the right direction. But as far as trading is concerned, has not been a good environment for trading the last 3 days. It has been, I can tell you this, last couple of years, last couple of days have been my best excellent, Asim. Then you must be a trend trader, because that's what's worked for the last couple of days, if you could get on it. Yeah, I know. I can tell you that in March and April, it was the 2 best months that we've ever had trading, ever. It was absolutely spectacular. When we had the most volatility, we were doing the best. We were lucky and able to pick the absolute bottom of this market. We had an emergency meeting on April 4th. Apple able to pick the exact bottom of the market. And I'll show you guys when we start talking about a little technical analysis, how we did that. I want to trust and hold my positions longer. I scalp too quickly, average 800 a day. Nothing wrong with averaging 800 a day, guys and girls. That's $220,000 a month. That is a good thing. I can tell you that for the most part, yeah, but your losses are big. There you go. There are a million strategies out there. Yes, this is very confusing. It is. It's difficult. We try to make things as simple as we possibly can as far as our technicals are concerned. We won't make a trade unless our technicals set up for us to make a trade. Let me just share my chart right now. I want to show you guys. I'm going to mix it up a little bit today. Usually we talk about our rules and stuff first, but I want to talk about a little technicals now. So can everybody see my charts, guys and girls?
Yeah.
Everybody see my charts? All right, good. Excellent. So the futures that we trade a little oil, we trade some gold. Gold was an absolute spectacular trend trade today to the downside. And then we trade the ESs, the MESs, the NQs. That is our concentration. If you're here and you don't know what a future is, please learn how to trade futures, okay? The reason we want everybody to be trading futures is because you can open up an account with as little as $30 at times or $50, okay? I am a live funded trader with Top Step, which means I've gone through several steps, taking a bunch of money from them. I am now what they call a live funded trader. I trade on Apex also. I don't have a preference. I have gotten paid from Apex several times. The thing with all these things is you have to follow the rules that they set out. That is the bottom line. I'll show you one of my PA accounts, and I just got money out of this one. This is Apex. I have $65,000 in one. I think it was $71,000. I've taken money a couple of times. I started a couple of other PAs actually this morning. Didn't trade in that one. This one I made $625 in, and I'll show you how I did that because I did it after hours.
David, what's a PA account?
What's that?
What is a PA account for those who don't know what it means?
PA account is a paid account.
Paid account.
So you start out in a combine. You have to pass a few hurdles to get past your combine. In Apex,
qualified.
In Apex, you have to make $3,000. You can do it in 1 day. Have 1 day qualifying. In Top Step, you can do it in as little as 2 days. You can make $1,500 1 day, $1,500 the next, and then you move up to an XFA where you can start taking money out of these accounts. We have, which is spectacular, guys and girls, a 3.5-hour lesson in our course on just futures, narrated by an unbelievable gentleman who helps me in my room, Kevin. It is 3.5 hours long. It is everything to do with Apex, with Top Step, with stop orders, with bracket orders, our rules for each of the trades that we do. It is absolutely spectacular. So I didn't do much trading today, but I want to show you, everyone can see this is oil, okay? One of the futures that we trade. And I'm going to talk about stocks also. I passed numeric accounts, but fail in XFA, no payouts. We'll talk about that later, Jeremy. I want to give you guys as much useful information as I possibly can before we try starting to sell you anything. Robinhood is fine if that's what if you want to use Robinhood to trade. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with any platform that you're using to trade. Okay, even Wellbull, I don't have a problem with that. As long as you're comfortable with the software, I'm okay. It doesn't matter what platform you trade with. Okay, so this is a chart of oil, guys and girls, and this is a 5-minute chart. Yeah, Trade of 8, whatever it is. This is a 5-minute chart, and you can see at, trying to see what, 6:30, some kind of news came out. I don't care what it is. I don't care what news comes out, anything and any time. And oil took just a huge plunge down. So when I was looking at the chart, and this is a 5-minute chart, I'm always starting on a 5-minute chart when I'm looking for support or resistance. And these are all my technicals. I'll explain to you the technicals a little bit later on, okay? And I was starting to look at my 5-minute chart, and I didn't have any support here, a couple of pivot points, but I wanted to look a little further out. So I went to a 15-minute chart, and I had nothing. I went to a 30-minute chart, okay? And I had a little something here at 62.02. I went to a 1-hour chart, nothing, and I went to a 4-hour chart. And check out my 4-hour chart, guys and girls, okay? This is my 30 EMA on a 4-hour chart. And the number was 62.88. You can see it right here, 61.93. 61.87, there it is, my 30 EMA, 61.87. So I went back to my 5-minute chart, and I put an order in at 61.87 to buy this, because it was a nice support level on a longer time frame chart. So the number was exactly 61.87. The low that we made, guys and girls, was 61.86. That was the low. It went 1 penny below that 4-hour support level. Pretty cool, right? 1 penny below that 4-hour support level. And it yielded, you know, I think I bought 2 or 3 contracts, and I made $625 on it, because I sold it when it got to this resistance point. So from 61.86, I wrote it up to 62.14, 28 cents on that trade. And I am a big believer in taking profits right away when I get into a trade. So once I had 15 or 20 cent profit on this trade, I sold half of my position, raised my stop so I could not lose money on that trade, and then held it until I got to my first resistance level. So that was a perfect technical setup. It allowed me to make $625. And now we're rallying up, guys and girls. So now that I'm rallied up, and if you look here, the first time we hit our 30 EMA, okay, this is my 30 EMA, that was a resistance level at 62.35, and we immediately went down 18 cents from there. Beautiful trade here, hit my resistance here, beautiful trade there. So when I get into an oil or the ESs or the MESs, depending on what kind of trade I'm looking to get in, I am usually, and this is not a dirty word, guys and girls, I am usually scalping, okay? I am usually scalping. I will get in with my maximum amount of contracts, whatever that is. And if I do 5 ES contracts and I make 2 to 5 points, boom, chakalaka. That's a major home run. Yes, Ronnie, it is for beginners. We're going to talk about everything. If you don't understand what futures are or what we're talking about right now, when I go over my actual technical analysis in a little bit, I'll explain exactly what we're looking at and exactly what we're doing, Renee. Yes. So now I would look for, if we continue to rally up from here, my next resistance level, which would be up at, and this was a bid I had lower, which would be up at 62.61. So if I was going to trade the MCL, I would put an order out now, and I'll put it out in my Apex, 62.61. I will do 3 contracts. Very simple to put orders out. And there's my order. And it's sitting there waiting, if we get up at 62.61, to short that. Okay. So what I want to talk about first tonight, let me get off my charts for a minute. Stop sharing. VWAP I will use like I use a regular moving average, if something moves far enough to get there. And when we get to our technical analysis, I will start talking about that. Okay, I can leave the chart up while we're talking. All right. I know a lot of people answered us when we said how many people are struggling with this. Anyone want to type in why they're struggling with this? And I'll address all your concerns. I know they're all going to be the same, guys and girls, but type in why you think you're having particular trouble struggling, whether it's stocks or futures, doesn't matter. Scared the market will go against me. Good. FOMO, fear of missing out. Impatient. Don't understand price action. Greed and overtrading. Revenge. Yes, bad entry and exits. Don't trust your strategy. Don't take you take small profits and large little. Oh, beautiful. All the same, guys and girls. Don't understand? That's good. We're going to teach you how to understand, not waiting for the right setups. I came in late and I'm not understanding anything. Chill out, Glenda. Stay with us, okay? You're not going to understand everything that we do tonight. It's okay. We're going to record this. You can go back and look at it. Trouble taking losses. Yes, this is all the same, guys. All traders who struggle with this make the same mistakes. Every single one of them, okay? Coach teaches Apex. It teaches Top Step. It teaches anything. It teaches everything, okay? I'm not going to get into Delta tonight, Liang. I'm not going to talk specifically about options. I just want to give you guys some general information, okay? So how many of us, and I want everyone to be honest with me, whether you're trading with stocks or options, are using a stop order? How many? How many of us are not using a stop order? Let's go this one. No stop, nada, no stop, no stop, no stop, no stop. Okay. Let's stop that right now, guys and girls. Jeremy risks it all. No stop, no stop, no stop. Sometimes, Yes, the course includes every strategy that we're going to talk about tonight. Okay? Do not use mental stops. If you use mental stops, you're mental.
Oh, let me jump in for a quick second. From what David and I have learned from the retail trading community, one of the biggest reasons people don't use stop orders is they've been told on the internet that market makers, right? Market makers can see your stop orders and they are out to screw you all. Right? They can see when you enter a stop order and they take a stock down to where your stop is. They take you out on your stop, you lose money, and then they rally the stock up. Does anybody, is that something you are all understanding of? Give me a 1 if that's the case. Is that what you've been told? Okay, so that's
total bullshit, guys. Total bullshit.
Bullshit. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. David was a market maker. It didn't happen back when David was a market maker. I'm on the floor of the stock exchange still every day to this day. I had guests on the floor yesterday. I asked the market makers specifically. They are not even allowed to see stop orders anymore. When Dave was there, you could see a stop order, but it was used in a different way. That is a misconception. It is a lie. Market makers are not out to hurt you. They are being graded on their profit and loss. They are way too busy to worry about a retail trader stop order. So please get rid of that. Stop orders are the greatest gift that the stock market gives a retail day trader to protect your downside risk. Reality, forget about it. Throw it in the garbage. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, 100%, guys and girls. Hold on, I'm just okay. There it is. Yeah, they don't do that. When you leave this room tonight, you should have a stop order on every single trade that you do. Period. We are going to have losing trades. Okay.
No,
I have 2 losing trades today and 1 winning trade. It happens. Now, how do we set our stop orders? Depending on the product that we're trading, right? I tend to stay away from the NQs. And for those who don't know, guys, we're talking about futures. Do not be intimidated by futures. We use the same technical analysis trading futures that we do trading stocks, okay? It's the same exact thing. All right. So when I'm trading the MESs, generally speaking, when I'm trading the MESs or the ESs, I don't give it more than a 5-point stop, okay? I don't give it more than a 5-point stop. If I'm wrong for 5 points, I am wrong in that trade. So if I'm trading one ES future and I'm wrong for 5 points, I'm going to lose $250. All right. When things get really volatile, I will do a couple of MESs and give it 10 points because it's the same loss. So my loss is going to be the same no matter what product that I'm trading. But generally speaking, if we're wrong for 5 points, we are wrong. And I take my loss and I move on to the next trade. What about NQ? Mike, I tend to stay away from that unless things really set up nicely, which they did on Top Step today, right? We had a really nice trade on Top Step at 3:30 when we spiked down the first time and we hit our VWAP here and we got a quick 10 points out of it. I'll talk about that trade when we get back to technical analysis. Yes. Well, how can we blow up trading accounts, guys, whether it's futures or stocks? There's 2 ways, right? There's 2 ways. One, we don't have a stop order, and we just sit there and watch, and our account is gone. And the tendency we have, guys and girls, especially with prop accounts, is to blow these things up all the time because we'll just buy another one, right? We'll just buy another one. And that's not what our aim is, because you can end up spending thousands of dollars opening up these prop accounts and never get to a point where you start taking money out of that, right? We have hundreds of people in our room in the last couple of months, and you should never be trading earnings anyway, Jeremy. I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes if you want. We have hundreds of people who have bought our course, came into the private trading room, did our boot camp, and are taking money from these people now. But the number one rule I always tell everybody is you're going to have losing trades, have a stop order. All right, let's talk about stocks for a couple of minutes.
Okay,
so
Dave.
I'm trading a Tesla or an Nvidia or whatever stock I'm trading, okay? I am generally going to use the ATR for my stop orders. For you beginning traders out there, the ATR simply is the average true range. It adds up our last 14 5-minute candlesticks and tells us what the range of those candlesticks is. So on average, on the last 14 5-minute candlesticks, no, ATR does not measure volatility. Relative strength measures volatility. This is just telling us how much a stock or a future moves on average based on the last 15-minute candlesticks. It's very low right now because it's after hours and we're not really trading. Normally during the day, Tesla's ATR is between $1, $1.50. What that means to me, guys and girls, if I get into a trade, that is the most I am willing to risk, okay? Example, here, we spiked down and hit my 65 EMA at 330. That is a big support level. That was at 346, let's just call it. I'm in the trade, okay? I am going to risk $1.50 on the trade. That's what the ATR is at that time from 346. And my profit target should also be between $1 and $1.50. I'm not getting into this trade expecting to make 10 points, okay? Not. So the entry was 346, hung out there for a couple minutes, never stopped me out. It only went 50 cents below it. And then when it got to my resistance level, here's my $1.50 profit at 347.50. Once I get into this trade or any trade that I do, here's what we're going to do, guys and girls. And tell me how many people don't do this. Let's say I'm in with 100 shares. When this goes up 50 cents, I'm taking the first part of my trade off. Taking it off. 50 cents. Give it to me. Raising my stop now to break even so I can't lose money on that trade. I will never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. Now that I've got my first profit, let's see if it can hit my profit target on the second one. But I'm not going to lose money on that trade. I don't care if I'm trading stocks. I don't care if I'm trading futures. When I get into a future, if I do the ESs and I do 2 contracts, I'm taking one off for 2 points. Okay? 2 points on 2 contracts is $200, guys and girls. You do that a couple of times a day, and you're taking money from these people within a couple of weeks. Do not go for the big home run. This is a marathon, not a sprint. How many people are trying to qualify their accounts in 1 or 2 days every single time? Give me some ones. And of those people, I guarantee you're blowing up 90% of them and opening up new accounts. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm right. I know I'm right. Right? I'm 1,000% right. Anytime you get into a trade, number one, have your stop order. If it gets there, you lost money. It does not mean you're a bad trader. Okay? It just means that that trade didn't work. But we live to fight another day. We live to fight another day. Glenda, as far as our small trades are better, that depends on your risk tolerance. That depends on your experience. The beautiful thing about these prop firms, if you open up a futures account, you can practice without even doing any real money. You can practice, okay? And again, we have a freaking 3.5-hour course on this. That's worth the price of the entire course. I'm not going to say fewer trades the better, Jeremy. What I will say is I will take every trade that sets up for me technically during the day. And if it doesn't, I am not making a trade. Like I said, the last 2 days, I think we've had 5 trades. And on good busy days, we have 7 or 8 trades in one day. In one day, okay? So from this point on, guys and girls, have a stop order on every single trade that you do and take some profits out right away. Raise your stop so you cannot lose money on the trade. Finding the trade is hard for me. That's why we're going to talk about technical analysis, guys and girls. All right. And I do not have the holy grail of technical analysis. Nobody does. It doesn't exist. Does anybody here ever subscribe to a signal service? Give me some ones. If you ever subscribe to a signal service that just tells you where to buy and sell stocks. Okay. Have you ever made money following them is my next question. If you have, then start sizing up and don't move from there. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. And tell me what it is, please, because I want to join that signal service. Okay? Here's my next question. Are they getting into those trades, or are they just telling you when they get into the trades? Are they risking their own money? That's what I want to know also. It is so easy in this business to say, I'll buy it here if it gets there. I'll sell it here if it got there. Right? Noor happens to be an excellent trader. We know Noor very well. He is great. He is great. All right, so maybe there's one out there. Has anyone in this room paid for an automated trading service?
Guys, Noor is not a signal service, guys. Noor teaches people how to trade. There's a big difference, guys. What we do is we teach people how to trade. If you're hungry, I can give you a fish, or I can teach you how to fish. You'll be able to trade. You learn once, you can earn for a lifetime. That's our motto. The bottom line is you can learn how to do this. But signal services are people who tell you where to get in, where to get out, and they're full of it. There's none of them are basically legitimate. I agree. And there's no such thing as an automated trading service, guys and girls. There's no automated trading system. If someone had one, do you think they'd be selling it for $49 on the internet? There is no such thing. Yeah, Paul, I didn't mean to generalize and throw everybody into one basket. I'm just saying that most people who are a signal service do not have skin in the game. Every trade that I do in my private trading room, and when we teach you how to do it, I am doing the actual trade with stop orders, with profit targets, and every single thing all day long. Okay. AI, good luck with that, Derek. There's nobody that can, there's no machine that can predict what the stock market's going to do. There's no such thing as an automated trading system. Look, if anybody had an automated trading system, like I said, you think they'd be selling it for $49? They'd be the richest person in the history of the world if it worked, right? Okay. So we're going to have a stop order on every single trade that we do. Stocks, I go by the ATR, whatever that is. If I'm trading NVIDIA, we trade a lot of AMD, we trade a lot of Google, we trade a lot of NVIDIA. All the big cap stocks is what we follow. Good, Andrew. Yes, he is. Yeah, and listen, guys, if we ain't the holy grail. If you guys have somewhere you can go where they're doing very, very well, stay there. Boom. Start upping your size on the trades that you do, and you'll make a fortune. Right? The ones you guys have been mentioning, Gus, Vera, Noor, those are not single services, guys. They're teachers. They do what we do, and nothing wrong. We are, as David said, George Alfred is a criminal, so don't worry about that. Dave, I'm running to the bathroom. I'll be back in a sec. Go. Jordan Belfort, yeah. Okay, so if I'm trading futures, my stop's going to be 5 points. If I'm trading the MESs, I will give it 10 points. So we're going to have a stop order in every single trade that we do. And please take, how many people in the room watch a trade go positive, don't take any profits, and then let it go against them, hit their stop order, or even worse, blow up the account? Just don't do it anymore. Okay? Don't do it anymore. There's no reason to. Don't think about hitting these big home runs. Can I tell you something, guys and girls? For every person you see on Top Step and Apex, okay, and I see people who have 20 accounts, 30 accounts, whatever. For every person you see here that it's making that big money, there's 1,000 people that are failing. 1,000. Trust me when I tell you that. Even Dakota will tell you that 95% of the people who try to do this fail. So our only edge is using our technical analysis and following some simple rules. Okay. Well, Mike, that's what we're going to teach you. Okay. Depending on what kind of trade we get in, we're going to have certain profit targets and our stop orders. Next thing we will never do, guys and girls, is average into a trade, especially in stocks.
How many of us in the room have averaged into a trade and blown up a trading account or a combine? How many? Besides everybody. Right? I buy a little Tesla. Yeah, let's put up Tesla, whatever it is. Okay. I buy a little Tesla. Okay. Let's put up gold today. This was a good example, especially early in the morning, if you were trading futures. All right. All right. Here's a chart of gold today, guys and girls. Go back here and check this out. This is a chart of gold, right? So how many of us have started buying a little here, no stop order, bought a little here, no stop order, bought more here, bought more here, bought more here, and that's the end of my account. Whether it's a stock or an option, okay? You can blow stock accounts too. I can tell you anybody who has ever taken our course and followed the rules that we've talked about has never blown up a stock account, ever. We will never have enough losing trades for that to happen, ever, ever, ever. So don't average into trades, okay? Don't do it. We can look at Palantir. Let's take a look. Well, a lot of stocks did the same exact thing this morning, okay? They ripped up out of the gate, and I'm going to talk about how to short this when we see that far from moving average trade. Good, Ken. Yeah, and if you're using your stop orders, you're never going to blow up a trading account. Not going to happen. Yeah, we'll look at Palantir a little bit later in the day. Yes, we had a beautiful far from moving average trade in Palantir today. We'll talk about that when I get into a little more technical analysis. A couple more rules I want to talk about, guys, and then we'll concentrate on technical analysis for a little bit. We trade pre-market, Asim, especially futures. Absolutely. We'll trade pre-market, we'll trade aftermarket. Yes, every single day, especially with the futures. If something sets up for us to do, we are making a trade, okay? I can tell you that today, how do you do stop orders in pre-market? In stocks, you can't. You cannot. In futures, you can. In stocks, you cannot. Yeah, so be careful as far as trading stocks before market and after market. You cannot use stop orders. There's still a way to get out of the trades, but you can't use stop orders. Yes, I'm going to do it, Ashish. Again, let me finish these last couple of rules. Then we'll talk about technical analysis, and I'll answer any questions that you have about anything. Matthew is keeping track of the questions right now, guys. So if something popped up there that I didn't see, we're going to answer all of your questions, okay? We will get to them, I promise you. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Pre-market is before the actual market opens, Alonzo. So the actual stock market opens at 9:30. Futures trade 23 and a half hours a day, except for the weekends. Okay. All right. Is everybody clear with the first two rules we talked about? Please take profits on your trades right away. Raise your stop order to break even. That's going to make a gigantic difference in your P&L. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Don't go for the home runs, okay? Hey, here's how we hit a home run, guys and girls. We start with one ES contract. Boom. We go to 2 ES contracts. We go to 3. We go to 4. We go to 5. That's how we hit a home run, right? If I have 5 ES contracts, think about this, okay? If I have 5 ES contracts, and even if I make 2 points on that, I'm making $500, right? You do that for 6 days and you're qualified. Boom. That's it. And we're going to have losing trades mixed in too. But that's how you hit home runs. And if we get into a trend trade, guys and girls, I will stay in a trend trade the entire day. And sometimes you hit a good trend trade for 20, 30, 40 points. That's when you have your big, giant home runs. And I'll show you what a trend trade is in a little bit. Okay. Don't average into stocks or options also. How many of us have done this, guys and girls? When you open a $50,000 account in Apex, I think the maximum is 5 contracts. 5 contracts. How many of us have done this? Give me some ones. 10 is the max now. Okay. How many of us have had a really good morning and ended up losing all of our money? Give me some ones. Besides everybody in this room who's ever traded. All right. Including myself. The reason that we talk about this so much, guys, and I have, when I do our live boot camp, we spend an entire day talking about rules in psychology. An entire day. That's all we do for the first day. That's it. I will never turn a winning day into a losing day ever. And I don't necessarily want to have a goal. Look, I have a number in my mind. To me, I'm not a big trader, guys. I'm here to teach people, but I show you guys my accounts every single day. I show you when I take money out of my accounts. I am, like I said, I am a live trader on Top Step. I have done very, very well with the prop accounts. And so have a lot of my people. All right. But what I like to do is not even look at my P&L in the morning. What do you think of them apples, guys? How many people in the room are staring at that P&L every time they get into a trade? Give me some ones. Every time you get into a trade, you're watching every tick that it does, right? Every tick. Well, when you get into a stock, you're watching every penny that it goes up or down. Yes, Scott, we set a target on every single trade that we do, depending on what kind of trade that we get into. And I'm going to go over that in a few minutes. Yes, there is no reason to be looking at your P&L when you're trading. None whatsoever. Okay? So for me, my goal is to make between, $250 and $500 a day. That's my goal. Okay? I'm not a big trader. Whatever your goal is going to depend on the amount of contracts or shares that you trade. If you trade 100 shares of stock, okay, $100 is a good day. If you trade 200 shares of stock, $200 is a good day. And that's per trade, right? So what I like to do is, guys and girls, don't look at my P&L in the morning. And usually about 10:30, 11 o'clock, this market slows down to a crawl, right? And the reason I don't have to look at it is because when I put my orders in, I'm putting my stop orders and my profit targets. Like I said earlier, if I'm in a stock, it's going to be based on my ATR, okay? If I'm in a future, most of my trades give me 2 to 5 points. I'm scalping out of them. Unless I'm in a trend trade, then I'm going to stay in it much longer. That's my plan every time I get into a trade, right? When we did the oil trade, okay, and we got in down on this level based on our 4-hour chart, if I make 10 and 20 cents on that trade, that's my target. If it gets there, I'm out of the trade, okay? If it gets there, I'm out of the trade. All right? Once 10:30, 11 o'clock rolls around, I'll look at my P&L, and if I am at or close to my goal, I stop trading for the day. How many people in this room do that right now? Give me some ones. You trade for a little bit, you hit your goal, and you're done. Good. Never, right? Good. It's exactly what you should be doing. So about 10 people out of 200, right? It is not easy, Stephanie. It is hard. What we're talking about right now is the hardest part of trading. It is not the charts. I can teach anybody how to do this technical analysis. Anybody. And the reason we use the technical analysis that we use is 2 things. It works for what we do, and it puts the odds in our favor of the trades to work. Okay? That's what technical analysis does. It puts the odds in our favor of our trades working. And that's all we can do. That's all we can do, right? When you go to a casino, you're going to lose over the long run in any game you play. Why? Because the odds are against you in every single game that you play. Every game that you play, the odds are against you. So we want to try to put our odds in our favor of our trades. I can tell you we're probably between, someone can tell me if they're in the room, around 70, 75% for the last 3 months on our trades. And if you're anything over 50%, you should be making money. If you're anything over 50% and you're managing your trades correctly, you should be making money. I know people who have a 90% hit rate and they lose money. I know people who have a 20% hit rate and they make money because they're making a lot more on their winners. So Scotty's been with us for a few months. He's at about a 67% hit rate. And is that profitable for you, Scotty? Just a yes or no. I don't want any numbers. Yes, it's been profitable. Okay? It has been profitable. So anytime I am trading and I hit my goal or come close to it, which probably in the last couple of months has happened a lot. Sometimes we're done in pre-market, guys and girls, and people leave. Time is the most precious commodity in the world. We ain't getting it back. So if you can get out of here when you do well, get out of here, okay? Also, and someone just mentioned this before, this is very important time. After I finish this up, guys, I'm going to get Matt catch us up on the questions. Pete's going to talk to you for a minute, and then I'm going to get into technical analysis, okay? When do you stop when you're losing, guys? How many people in here just trade until they blow up their accounts? You know, especially in futures. A lot of people. They just trade. They're either going to blow them up or it's not going to work, right? I rarely trade them scared of losing money. That is very normal, Jeremy. That's great, right? How many people are afraid to get into a trade? Give me some ones. Either because they don't know what they're doing, they just don't know where to get in. They don't have entries. They don't know where to buy or sell something, right? Yeah. When you learn how to do this a little bit, I can't wait to get into a trade. When I put orders out, I can't wait until I get into that trade because I know the odds are in my favor of that trade working. Does it mean they're always going to? No. That's why we have stop orders. But I cannot wait to get into a trade when I put an order out to get into a trade. I'm looking at oil. I have a resistance level at 62.55. I can't wait till it gets there and I get into the trade. You know why? Because I know the odds are it's going to stop going up there and start going down. Odds. Okay? Also, if I have 3 maximum losing trades in one day, so if I'm a stock trader and I trade 100 shares and I lose 100, and I trade 100 shares and I lose 100, and I trade 100 shares and I lose 100, cumulatively, I lost $300 for the day and I am done trading. If I do 1 ES and I have 3 maximum loss trades in one day, I am done trading. It's a bad day. It is a bad day. It happens, okay? It happens. I can tell you that it doesn't happen very often. I'll tell you that right now, doing what we do. Scotty, you've been in a long time. How many times have you seen us have 3 losing trades in one day? I don't think it's ever happened to us 2 days in a row. Literally. I don't think it's ever happened to us 2 days in a row. But it does happen. And what happens when you do that is you're going to get into the mindset of, I got to get that money back. You're going to start doing things that you should not be doing. And you're just going to dig yourself a bigger hole. It's the same thing when you, it's only happened twice. I'm still counting. And I am 19 funded accounts since last boot camp. There you go. Scotty's got 19 funded accounts since the last boot camp last month. Boom, chakalika, laka, luka, laka. Oh, that's the room. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah, the room, it's only happened twice in the last few months. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, a lot of people have funded their accounts. That's neither here nor there. What happens is your mindset is going to start blowing up accounts when you've had that, okay? I've had 13 this year and lost them within a week. Mike, you got to change something here. For those of you who keep blowing up trading accounts, right? Are we going to keep blowing them up or are we going to try something different? You guys tell me. Is it time to try something different? Of course it is, right? Yeah. Yeah. I had 1 lost in 2 days. Stop treating these things like candy, guys and girls. All right? Stop. I treat this like it's my own money. Have I blown up accounts? Plenty of them. Yes. You know when I blow up accounts, guys and girls? When I don't follow the rules that I'm talking about right now. That's why I don't know who it was said it earlier, okay? This is hard, man. Our heads is what's hard about this. The hardest part of trading is what's between our ears. That's it. It's not even close. It's not even a question, okay? That is by far the hardest part of this. So know when to stop when you're making money and know when to stop when you're losing money, okay? Know when to stop when you're making money and know when to stop when you're losing money, period. Jeremy, I blew up an account, I think, a couple of days ago, and I'll tell you how. We got a tweet from Trump, and it didn't take my stop order out, went right past my stop order and blew up my account. And you know what, guys and girls? That can happen. That can happen. It was just such a big bar. I think it was on the upside, whatever it was. Never took me out of my stop. Never. And it blew up my account. Yep. Thank God it wasn't a paid account. It was a combine. It wasn't a paid account, but that happens. Yeah, I had one. Scotty had a guy up 11th hour in profit and lose it. How can it bypass a stop? You tell me. I don't know. But it blew past my stop order, and there's nothing you can do about it. It happens. Yeah, I think it was a combine.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. It's just,
yeah, get used to it, guys. And look, we have the risk of any time we get into a trade, something like that happening. Anytime.
We are at the risk. We're at the risk of the market, ladies and gentlemen. I need everybody to stop for a second and not be blamed. Look, when you're losing money, you need to take responsibility for that you're losing money. You're either doing something wrong, right? What our first impulse is, oh, we got to blame somebody for losing because I don't want to take the blame myself. So we blame the market maker, we blame the system, we blame the institutional traders because they hate us and they think we're scum. Enough of that. That's ridiculous. The bottom line is you are responsible for your own accounts and making money and losing money. The minute you start accepting that responsibility, you're going to start making money. Only unsuccessful traders blame other people for their losses. People who are doing this correctly, who are following the rules, and Dave's going to lay out, and he's doing it now, but he'll lay out the rules of successful day trading. There are people who are successful who are day trading, and there are people who are not successful. People who are successful have a plan when they get into a trade, have a stop order on every trade, never turn a winning trade into a losing trade, never turn a winning day into a losing day, know when to stop trading when you're making money, know when to stop trading when you're losing money. Those are successful traders who don't blame anybody for their mistakes. Unsuccessful traders have no plan, no stop orders, watch the stock go up $2, don't make a sale, watch it go down, average into a trade. When they're losing money, they revenge trade, they overtrade. Those are people who lose money. And they rarely will take responsibility that they didn't follow the rules, lose money. And that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've heard, I pushed the wrong button. It wasn't my fault. BS.
Exactly.
BS. You hit the right button. You hit the right button. And by the way, guys, I hit wrong buttons all the time. And when I hit the wrong button, I'll put something in 100 points below or above, and it puts me in a trade. I get out of it immediately. That's the bottom line. So we know what buttons we're pushing, all right, 100% of the time. So guys and girls, please follow those simple rules if you do nothing else, okay? And someone said this a minute ago, and it's a great point, right? For those of you who are scared or are new at this, start with a very small amount. I don't care if you trade one share of stock, right? Just to get used to the technicals and have the feeling of being in a trade. Forget about practice accounts and demo. Get right in there. Trade one MES if you're trading futures, guys. If you lose 10 points on one MES, you're losing $50. It's no big deal. So for those who are just beginning, especially if you're beginning trading futures, right? Start off trading one MES. That's how you build your confidence. Ooh, look at this. Look,
it's very scary.
I just got in on a 65 EMA. That trade worked beautiful. Great. I just found out fall from moving average trade. That worked nicely. Great. Do that. Do one contract. You can't lose any money doing that, especially in a prop account. If you're trading stocks and you're just beginning, Dakota says this all the time, and I love it. It's the process, not the profits. Okay. The money will come after you learn how to do it. But how do you take the fear out? Trade one share. Are you scared? If I trade one share of Tesla and it goes down $20, I lost $20. How many people are not scared about losing $20? Give me some ones. Are you scared about losing $20? No, nobody is. Right? Nobody is. Am I scared about losing $50 in a prop account on an MES trade? No, nobody is. Right? So that's how you start for everybody who is scared. Okay? That's how you start. Then the easiest thing we can do is go from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, from 3 to 5, from 3 to 10. That's what we do. You cannot, great point, Sean. You cannot be scared of losing money. You can't. If you're scared of losing money and you're scared of trading, you're never going to be successful in this business. You're not. And the way to get over it is to start very small. Okay? Start very small.
Whoever just said that can I say that the markets are fragile? Absolutely. We are in a time of incredible volatility and fragility. The markets are wild and crazy. The slightest thing, a tweet, some news, anything will make the market go up and down. It is the most fragile markets we've seen in decades, but that doesn't mean you can't trade them. And that doesn't mean you need to be scared, right? At the end of the day, if you follow the rules, stop orders will identify how much you're willing to risk in order to make money. You know your own risk portfolio. The whole point of risk management, I'm willing to risk $50 to make $200. I'm willing to do that all day long. Is there anybody here who's not willing to risk 50 to make 200? But I'm not willing to risk 200 to make 50. Because if I have one losing trade, I need 4 winners to break even. So the whole point of a stop order is to identify what I'm willing to risk. I'll risk 20 to make 80, 50 to make 100. That's the whole probability game. You've got to learn. It's a lingo. It's a language. It's a whole nother life, ladies and gentlemen. If you're scared of it, maybe this isn't for you. But if you do it correctly and you use stop orders, you can protect yourself on the downside. You know how much you're going to lose, worst case scenario. Okay? That's the bottom line. And that's what you have to do.
Yeah. And again, it's a process. Scotty just said he went to 3 different trading strategies today and lost $1,200. I mean, you got to stick to the plan at all times. We've all been there, guys and girls. Okay? We have all been there, right? It has been so boring the last few days that a lot of people that were in our trading room, and I ask every day, how'd everyone do today? I know, we lost a little money. We had a good day. We made a bunch of money. And when they tell me I did horrible today, they're not following the plan. That's just it. They're just not following the plan. I'd rather not trade than lose money on a trade. That's the bottom line. I would rather not trade than lose money on a trade. And that is hard, man. It is hard to sit here all day long and not push a button, right? Yes, so let's talk about technical analysis a little bit. Jeremy, I never average up either. When I get into a trade at this stage in my career, and most of my traders, when we get into a trade, I'm doing my full amount of contracts or shares. Whatever trade that is, if my maximum shares in a stock is $100, I'm doing $100. If my maximum contracts is 5, I'm doing 5 contracts. I'm doing that every time I get into a trade. Now, I have accounts that can handle that. A lot of people can't, okay? So I don't have to average up into a trade because I'm already in with my maximum amount. What Jeremy's saying is I buy a little bit, I buy oil at 61.80, it starts going up, I buy more at 62. That is increasing your cost basis. That's what that's doing. It's increasing your cost basis. So I get in every trade with my full amount of shares, so I do not have to do that. Okay? Everybody in this room, their losers outpace their winners by about 5 to 1, I guarantee it. And their losses are much bigger than their wins. How about this, guys and girls? I'm okay having a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm okay having a less than 1-to-1 ratio. And what I mean by that is if I buy ESs, okay, and initially I'm risking 5 points. Listen to this very carefully. If I get into a trade, okay, and I'm risking 5 points on this trade, why I'm going to have a 1-to-1 risk or less than that? Because if I make 2 points, I'm taking that profit out on my first trade, okay, and going to break even. So I can't lose money on that trade. And I can tell you, most of the trades we get in give us that quick couple of points. So now my risk to reward, I have no risk once I've taken the first profit out of my trade. There is no risk anymore. So if it goes back to break even, great, I made my couple of points. So that's why I don't need a 2-to-1 risk ratio or a 3-to-1 risk ratio. I don't need it because most trades we get in, we're going to take that profit right out of the trade. Here, technical analysis. We just spiked up to our 65 EMA in the ESs at 59.01. That is a resistance level. We got 3 points out of the trade. Once I get 2 points, I'm going to break even. Can't lose money on a trade. See how much more I can get at it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you would trade options and you're happy with 10 to 20%, Sean, that's great. That is perfect. We have people that use Bookmap 100%. Scotty sees something on there, he posts it up for us. Yes, options are a completely different ballgame. Completely different. All right, let's talk for a few minutes about technical analysis, guys and girls. I'm going to share everything that we use. Roman or Matt, if you can type in all the technical analysis that we use. Okay. I use 5 moving averages. I use pivot points, and I use relative strength. That is it. Okay. So what you're seeing on my screen right now, here's my moving averages. I have a 9 EMA, a 15 EMA, a 30 EMA, a 65 EMA, and a 200 EMA. Technicals are not delayed if you're using Think or Swim. Pivot points, it depends on what platform you're using to get your pivot points. We can get them in TradingView. We can get them in Think or Swim. We cannot get them in Top Step. Okay. Jeremy asks why EMA over SMA. For those who don't know, EMA is an exponential moving average, and SMA is a small moving average. Yes, we use VWAP too, Alonzo. We use VWAP too. You can see it in my chart here. Okay. Yeah, so we can get it on Thinkerview, we can get it on TradingView, we can get it on Ninja, just that it's not available on Top Step right now in any of their charts. And the reason we use exponential, guys, is because exponential is a little more conservative. Things have to move a little further to get to one of these levels, right? And then we also have in our charts, previous day high, previous day close, previous day low, previous week low. And by the way, guys and girls, there is one button in our course that sets up your chart to look exactly like this. Exactly like this. And yes, we use a ton of Fibonacci's. Okay, Favor. I would say half of our trades are based on Fibs, and they are spectacular. Yes, a person can learn to trade futures and options at the same time, John. We have 5 hours of futures. We have 7 hours of options, okay, in the course. The course is absolutely spectacular, guys and girls. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Yes, this is recorded. You're looking at Think or Swim right now, guys and girls. 100%. This is Think or Swim, okay? In our course, we have one button that puts all of this into your chart. It's incredible. All of this into your chart. These are my watch lists you see over here, okay? We have watch lists set up to vet the trades that we look for. Far from moving average trade, 200 EMA over, downtrends, uptrends, right? So this actually vets our trades. Look in the video, okay? The video is in a strong uptrend after hours. It's on my chart. Reddit is in a strong trend after hours. It's on my chart. This vets our trades for us. I don't know what half these stocks are. ALC, downtrend. So it actually helps us find our trades. Think or Swim is absolutely free if you are in the United States. You don't have to put anything in it. 0.0. Okay? I'm going to get there. A lot of people are asking me about the course. Let me give you a few more minutes of technical analysis, Sean, and then we'll talk about it, okay? And everybody, I got 50 private message me asking me about the course. We're going to get there, all right? So my moving average is 9, 15, 35, 65, and 200. To make it simple, guys and girls, okay? Yes, I'm going to be there, Alonzo. To make it simple for tonight, okay? You can use Mac. I use RSI. Oh, you can use either one, Michelle. When something is going down, guys and girls, okay? Let me use this for a perfect example. When something is going down, be it a stock or a future, I'm looking at my technicals for a buy level. So when something is going down, I'm looking at my technicals for a buy level. So here we looked at the MESs. It hit our 65 EMA here, right around 59.11. I don't think it gave us much of a trade out of that, and we got out break even when it hit it. The moving averages go in order of strength. 9 is the weakest, 15 is a little stronger, then 30, then 65, and then 200. So if you look here, guys and girls, okay, the MESs went down from 59.20 to 59.06 and hit my 200 EMA. That is my strongest moving average. 90% of the time, when something hits my 99% of the time, unless there's news out in something. When something hits my 200 EMA, I am making a trade. So we put out a limit order to buy this when it hit 59.06. Okay. My stop order went 5 points below in the ESs. The low it made was, I think, 59.05 and change. And here is my 2 to 5 points. We went from 59.06 to 59.12. Check this out. Boom. So I take immediately one up for 2 points off my 200 EMA. Okay. Raise my stop order to break even. And there's my 5 points on the trade from 6 to 11. So I averaged, I got 2 points and 5 points out of that trade. That's 3.5 points, right? If I did one contract, I made $175. If I did 2 contracts, I made $350. All this is included in our course. We have a 3-hour course on Fibonacci's, Michael. 3 hours on Fibonacci's, okay? The course is the most comprehensive thing you will ever see in your life. No question about it. Here, guys and girls, we went down and we hit a previous day low. Check this out. I had a previous day low in the MESs of 58.90. Check out what this hit this morning. 58.90, okay? And we were really stretched out down here. 58.90, again, check this out. This gave up to a resistance level, 12 points, 58.90 to 59.02. Here's the buy, take a couple of points, stop order comes up, and there's our 10 points on the trade. Yes, and all this is covered in the course. So we use our moving averages, okay? So I would not get into a short since it broke the 200. We could. That's another trade we talk about, right? Yes, we hit the 200 EMA. We hit the 200 EMA. We hit the 200 EMA. What happened when we finally broke that 200 EMA, guys and girls? Doesn't matter what stock, it's a stock or a future. Once we got below that 200 EMA for the 4th time, right about here, we had a gigantic move down. This is called a momentum trade. Another trade that we teach you how to do, Yule. We call it a momentum trade. When something tests a certain level several times and then breaks through that level, get on the same side of the trade. I mean, that was spectacular because we tested that 5 or 6 times. This bar we broke through, we never went back up again, and boom, chakalika laka luka. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Derek, I'm always starting on a 5-minute chart for everybody. I'm always starting on a 5-minute chart. If I don't have support or resistance on a 5-minute chart, that's when I will expand my time frame and look for support or resistance on a different time frame. Just like we did with the oil trade. When I had nothing on my 5-minute chart when it was going down, we went to our 4-hour chart and it exactly hit our 30 EMA. Boom, chakalaka. So just generally speaking, again, oil's a perfect example. I have no moving averages below. Here, I have my previous week low at 61.45. I would definitely buy some oil if we got down to 61.45. That would be down 60 cents from here, and that's my support level. If we start going up, I have my 65 EMA at 62.50 and my 200 EMA at 62.89. These are places that I am making a trade, okay? Katie, that is not a stupid question, right? We have really chopped for the last 2 days, okay? Can really choppy for the last 2 days. Matter of fact, for most of this week. And I'll tell you why that is, or why I think it is, right? If we look at the SPYs, guys, on a daily chart, okay? Let's look at the SPYs on a daily chart. And this is perfectly normal. We have, first of all, we've had a huge reversal. And by the way, guys, this is where we bought stocks, futures, everything. This day, we had an emergency meeting on April 4th in the trading room. And I said, guys, this is the spot. I have never seen the SPY have a 20 RSI on a daily chart. First time I've ever seen that in 30 years. When that happens, it's time to start buying stuff. But we've had an unbelievable run from our lows, and even in the last few days, right? So we're up for the year a little tick, and we're down like 4.5% from our all-time highs. After this big move that we've had, okay, this is what we're getting now. We're getting a little consolidation up here, right?
So
that's what this is. We had this gigantic move up, and we're getting a little consolidation here. My little concern is, okay, that we are at a relatively high RSI on the SPYs again. The RSI and the SPYs right now, guys, is 67 on a daily chart. So let's go back, okay? Here we got to about, let's just see. Here we got to about 60, and we had a pullback, right? I'm just trying to see the last time we had 67. Here we got to about 68, and we had a big pullback. So historically, we're a little overbought right now. What I would love to see is just consolidating these areas and then another move up. But I wouldn't be shocked if we got a pullback. You know, right now on a daily chart, we are 15 points above our trend line in the future, in the spiders right now. If you look, my 9 EMA right now is around, tells me right here, 572. So we're stretched out above that, right? We're 15 points above that. It wouldn't surprise me if we backed and filled back to that level. Again, that would just be normal. We've had a gigantic run up, right? This is the S&P 500, yes. So I think best case scenario, we keep going sideways here. We get some more good news on maybe some economic numbers, or some good Trump news comes out with more deals, and we can build on this from here. But we've had a tremendous run up, so it would be normal to rest a little bit. All right, guys, I'm going to talk about it. Okay, before I talk about the course, I want everybody in this room to tell me if they've paid any money for courses and how much. Tell me, guys. Has any in this room spent any money trying to learn how to do this? Give me a number.
They spent?
I know Hendrik said a lot. Marcel just mine. $699, $15,000, $3,000. So this is an advertisement. Jay, you're more than welcome to leave at this point, because yes, we're going to talk about our course. Does anyone feel before we talk about how much money you guys have spent, does anyone feel we've given any useful information tonight? Give me some ones. Anybody? Okay, good. Gold mine, good. So much. Thank you. Good.
I mean, just for the record, David, just for the record, if anybody has a question about whether they've gotten anything of value, at the end of the day, everybody's out there trying to make money day trading the market. There are people who are doing it successfully, who are not doing it successfully. If you're here with us, it means you're not making $1 million a year doing it. So you're struggling. And what we've just shared with you for the last hour is the correct way of doing it, right? Very simply, we've given you the 5 strategy rules that if you do that and you follow that, if you just do what David told you alone, have a plan, have a stop order, all those things that we laid out, you're going to be a 50% better trader than you were the day before yesterday. If you've been out here and you're struggling and losing money, that means you haven't been using a stop order. You've been watching a stock go up 2 points, not making a sale, and then selling it or averaging into the trade down below. You're not doing what is part of a successful trading strategy. So the bottom line is what David's laid out to you over the last hour are the simple rules that will make you a 50% better trader. So we hope that you've gotten something out of it. Now Dave's going to talk about the course, because the course basically plays out everything we've talked about here for a very reasonable, accessible, and affordable, and a fun way. Our course will teach you how to become a successful trader. And what's key about it is we coach and mentor all our students.
Let me ask you this. How many people in this room have bought our course? Anybody in the room that have bought our course? Give me some ones.
Derek.
A bunch of people that are here. Okay. Let me ask you this, guys and girls. Everybody who's bought our course, has this changed your trading in any way, shape, or form? Tell me. Be honest with us. What's the percentage that you have changed your trading since you bought the course? Totally satisfied. Total transformation.
You're too costly. Wow, I love it.
10,000%, 100,000%, 100,000% better than I was. Now I talk to other traders too and teaching low. Okay, good. First of all, if you're not satisfied, we'll give you your money back. How about that? All right, I'm going to talk about it for a couple of minutes. Too costly, it is scaring me. That's okay, guys. Listen, I'll tell you this right now, okay? Me and Peter do not make much money doing this. I don't think we make any money, all right? For the prices that we charge for this. We take care of a lot of people, okay?
Well,
so we have 2 course options.
David, somebody just said my wife is talking to me again. Well, that's our main goal. Just so you know, that is our ultimate main goal.
Yeah, I can tell you this right now, guys. We have tried to make this as affordable as we possibly can so that anybody who wants to do this can. We have payments plans. Yes,
Yeah.
You can stretch the payments out over a year. Okay.
We have money back guarantee.
Look, there's a lot of people that say, you know, oh, you sell courses and you don't trade. Bullshit. Okay. I made $50,000 trading that I've showed people last month. Okay. Taking profits out of these prop firms. I could make a lot more money, guys and girls, if I didn't do what I was doing and I just sat and trade all day. And that's a fact that I've showed it to everybody. Okay. We don't make much money on these courses. We take care of a lot of people. We pay a lot of people, and we give back. Whatever. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay? I don't even want to talk about it. So our course is $499 for the basic course. Tonight it is 10% off for everybody. Okay, and we have payment plans. So for $49 a month, you can get our course. With that basic course, guys and girls, you get lifetime mentorship. Every Thursday night we get together. Every Thursday night, me and Peter, live in real time. And we talk for a couple of hours and we go over any questions that you guys have. We go over any trades that you guys have. Okay. So that's $499. We have a sale tonight. It's 10% off. It costs you $40 or $50 a month. You never have to give us another dime. You have this course forever. Okay. Wally, we'd be happy to do that with you. Matt, post my email or Roman. 5 p.m. Eastern time on every Thursday. I had the course for 5 years, or archives and all. In the course, just let me tell you the basic course. All right. We have 3.5 hours on futures. Everything futures, narrated, live, 3.5 hours. We have 7 hours of options in the course. We have hours of Fibonacci's, watch lists, bracket orders. And it starts at the very beginning. For beginning traders, we talk about the language of the stock market. What's a bid? What's an offer? So for those of you, don't be intimidated if you've never done this before, okay? If you've never done it before, it is for absolute beginners, right? The course is where you learn this in depth, Katie. It is the course, okay? $499 seems too cheap. Well, Jeremy, what were you expecting? Like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 20,000? Like, what is that piece of crap place, Pete, that charges $25,000?
Trading Academy.
Hey, whatever that is. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, we guarantee this. You got 30 days. You don't like it, we give you money back. You know what our return rate is, guys? On every course we've ever sold? You want to guess what our return rate is? It's less than 2%. Less than 2%. Okay? And I can tell you, everybody that's ever bought our course, and I'm going to say it with this caveat, if you follow every rule that we talk about, you have a much better chance of making money than not. Okay? We can't guarantee anybody's going to make money. But anybody who's been in my live trading room, we've done nothing but make money for a long time. Okay? We're the real deal. That's what I like to say. Okay?
Yes.
We are the real deal. I bought the course on NYF. Can I get access to the official one? Yes, Roman, can you post your email? We're going to post 2 emails right now. And then in 2 minutes, guys and girls, Roman's going to come on. Yes, you can pay monthly. The last 2 months have been an epiphany to how much trash I've been taught for the years. It's that simple. Yes, I'm going to talk about Team 2 now. Put my email up there also, Roman, just so people have it. All right. That's $499. You also get, guys and girls, an invitation to our Twitter sphere. Whenever we do option or swing trades, you will get an alert. How's that? Our swing trades have been about 90% for the last however many years we've done it. Right? We're really patient and disciplined on that. Yeah, and I'm doing all those trades too, Jeremy. All those trades I am doing also. I will never make a trade, whether it's a swing trade or a day trade, that everybody else isn't doing. Never. Okay. $699. Here's the difference, guys and girls. It's an extra $200. No, it's not a month, Shirley. It's one time forever. Forever. That's it. You never have to give us another dime. Ever, ever, ever.
It's clearly too cheap, David.
Well, whatever. It's fine. Okay, here's the difference to the $699. The $699, we add new content every week, Mark. Yes. The futures is fairly recent to us, right? I've been trading futures for about a year. Okay. If you do the $699, all right, it's a difference of $200. The reason it's different is because you come into our live boot camp and we trade the markets live in real time for an entire week. Okay, I'll get to that, Mark. In the boot camp, we go over the entire course live in real time. Scotty's there, Kevin's there, Ken is there. So Ken's going to go over Fibonacci's watch list live in real time with you. Okay, Kevin's going to go over a 3.5 hour futures lesson. It's all live. After that, you can talk about getting into the live trading room, okay? Which all we do in a live trading room is trade. We don't teach. We just trade our asses off. So for the extra $200, and the only reason we charge extra $200, guys and girls, is because we pay people to help us. I don't get any of that either, okay? None of it, right? Michael, in the boot camp, we go as slow can be. And sometimes people have to tell me to speed up a little bit, all right? But we will not move on to another subject until everybody in the room understands the subject that we were talking about. Every single person. Last month in our boot camp, we had 100 people, or 90 some odd people, right? And nobody missed a beat in that boot camp. Not one person had missed a beat in that boot camp. No, not only is it different live trading, Jeremy, we go over the course live. Live. We go through the entire course with you live in real time, Jeremy. That's the difference, okay? We go over the entire course live in real time, right? No, you do not have to be an expert. Well, here's what I'll say, Michael. This is going to be my next thing, all right? This is my next thing. Is the chat like this crazy? No, Tracy. No. The chat is not crazy when we do the boot camp. You can ask 100 questions if you want. We get to every single one of them, okay? If you're a complete beginner, we get to every single one of them, all right? The boot camp is, well, here's the thing, guys and girls. We have a boot camp starting on Monday, okay? We have a boot camp starting on Monday. We are there Monday through Friday. We start at 8:30 in the morning till 4 o'clock every single day. Most days it's much longer than 4 o'clock, much days. We have a boot camp starting on Monday, but I highly suggest to people, if you don't have a lot of experience, all right, don't do the boot camp this month. Yeah, don't do the boot camp this month. We do it every single month. The next one is the week of June 26th, I believe. I'm going to go check right now. So for the next one, the week of June 26th, you have a month to go through the course and come to us every Thursday night. No, it's the week of June 23rd is the next boot camp. Week of June 23rd. So if you're just beginning, okay, yes, we'll still have 10% off for you, Jeremy, if you can't do it this week. So here's your options. You can do the $4.99. Start tomorrow night. We'll see you in our mentorship meeting. You're in. At any point during the next month, you can upgrade for the $200 and then do the boot camp. So you don't even have to do the $4.99 one if you want, okay? And then you can always up tier. No, the tier 2 is live one time for a week, Joe, where we go over the entire course. One time for that week where we go over the entire course, okay? So if you're ready for the boot camp, or you think you are, you sign up, you'll be with us tomorrow night, and you'll be in the boot camp Monday. I highly suggest for anyone who's beginning that wants to do this, excuse me, just sign up for tier 1, okay? Roman's going to show you how to sign up. He's going to show you how to do the payment plan. And then you upgrade to the boot camp whenever you're ready. So no hurry. Boot camp is every day.
5 days.
5 days, Monday through Friday. Every single day from 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Okay? I hate to give 200 people my email, but if they have questions, but I'm happy to answer what I've experienced with this program. Mike, I appreciate that. I really do. No, you don't want to get 200 emails. Look, everybody who's left here, you can see from all the people who have done this, that It works. They get their money's worth. And we give you your money back if you don't like it. It's that simple.
You know what,
Right?
like David, let me jump in for a second.
Yeah,
Just
hold
to get
on. One sec, Pete. Okay. Roman, I want you to share your chart now. Guys, Roman's going to walk you through, Pete's going to talk, and then Roman's going to walk you through exactly how to sign up and how to get the discount for anyone who cares. Okay. Yes, Jay, we trade futures all day long. We're about 85% futures, guys and girls, but we still do enough stocks for everybody. Yes, yes, yes. So Roman's going to walk anyone through how to do this, how to get the discount, the $4.99 to $6.99 if you're interested, and then Pete's going to wrap things up in a couple of minutes.
Let me just, David, let me jump in for a quick second.
Go ahead.
Before Roman comes on and gives you a detailed thing, I just need everybody to know what the course is quickly about. So the course is, Dave, basically when COVID came along, David and I decided we needed to jump in and educate everybody who's got access to trade the markets but don't know how to do it. The course is 21 hours, 21 videos. There are 400 plus hours of archival content. We coach and mentor every student every Thursday night. We go over our successes, our failures, the trades, everything. Every Q&A on every Thursday night for the last 4 years has been recorded. That is in the archives. Every question that's been asked over the last 4 years is in the recording in the archives, sorted by subject. Okay? 21 hours, 21 videos, 400 hours of archives. We go over the language of the stock market, psychology of trading, risk management, money management. Okay, we go over the 5 technical analysis trades, futures trading, swing trading, option trading, equity trading. Okay, everything. If you want to learn how to trade this market, this is your ultimate trading experience. It's a money back guarantee. There's a payment plan, and that's the bottom line. It's all out there. We will make it affordable, accessible, and fun for everybody. And it's out there. The course, look, there are thousands of courses out there, which way more money. And then there's the boot camp, which is the whole course. We always suggest go through the course. You can't just hop into the boot camp. Go through the course, go over it, spend as much time as you need to get it under your belt, get the lingo right. We will also custom help you set up your charts so they look like David's charts. Roman will get on individually or in a Zoom call with a group of you to set up your charts so your moving averages look the same. All the pivot points, all the RSI looks like David's charts. It's basically a VIP concierge service for anybody who wants to learn how to trade this market. That's the bottom line, and nobody does that. Then we coach and mentor absolutely everybody out there. Any question that you have, think about it. Students ask tons of questions every week in the Q&A. We answer those questions. Those questions are in the archives. So it's all there. There's so much information in there. It's absolutely unbelievable. So if you want to learn it, this is your spot. That's it. Now, Roman will take you to the particulars.
Yeah, and again, guys and girls, look, we are not high pressure sales tactics. You're never going to hear from us again. If you end up being with us, that's a wonderful thing. If you don't, please at least take some of the stuff that you learned from us tonight and apply it to your trading. Please, please, please. So Roman's going to walk you through exactly how to do this, exactly how to do the payment plan. Ask questions of Roman if you have any questions about how to sign up, if you're interested in doing it. Okay, go ahead, Roman.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. All right, guys.
Go
So
slow,
our
Roman.
website. Yes. So guys, this is our website, WSGTA. It will take you to our landing page. We're going to want to save this is the coupon code green, and we'll apply that at checkout. As you're going through the course, you could go into the enroll now button, which is here. And here is the course curriculum. If you want, we could go over it again. Language of the stock market, money management. Okay, this is when David talks about how to manage your capital. Chart basics. This is how you're going to set up your charts, how to read your charts. The next one, lesson 4, is our 5 technicals for trading. Lesson 5 is swing trading. Okay, over 90% success. Imagine making money for all years of long during 2020. All right. Lesson 6 is options. All right. And then this is where it all comes together. Every Thursday, we're meeting on Zoom at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, it's recorded. This is when you come back, when you come together with your questions. You also get a fee. You get also a market report from Peter right off the floor. And you could email me questions if you can't make it. We'll ask when David will answer them. David and Peter will answer them. But everyone looks forward to Thursday night's mentorship, and we go until every question is answered. All right. Here's our promo code again, green. All right. So here's the tiers. The first tier is $4.99. Okay, that includes the mentorship every Thursday. That includes the mentorship. That includes the course, the whole course. That includes our archive section. Our archive section is growing. There's bonuses lessons. There's the Fibonacci's. There's the futures, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right. So if you want the $4.99, you would hit checkout right there. Then the $6.99, that is tier 2. Everything is included from tier 1. Okay, like I said, the mentorship, the archives, it's all there. All right. But the $6.99, I call it like the flight school. You read the books. Now it's time to go to flight school to fly in the plane, and that's when you go into it's held in David's private trading room, and that's where you the whole course is taught live, and you're actually applying those strategies, what you're learning right in the trading room, looking at the market, looking at charts, and I mean it doesn't get more than that in terms of learning how to trade the market with a professional. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the checkout button. All right. So here's our checkout page. Okay. We start off at your email address. That's how you would access the course, with your email address. And then we have pretty much like any method that you could think of paying out. We have PayPal. We have Apple Pay. Okay. If you just want to use a regular credit card, you could type it in here. Very secure. It's all encrypted. All right. Pay and then some of you are looking for payment methods. No problem. We have 3 vendors here that you could choose from to be put on a monthly payment plan. There is a credit check. We don't have any control over it, but it's very easy. You choose one, and then during the checkout, it will take you there. Okay, so look, Afterpay right now is saying 100, 4 easy payments of $174 or over 6 to 12 months. Okay, I mean, this is as cheap as it could get, guys, or affordable as it could get. Then you would put in your email address. This is also really important when you are doing a checkout. You want to make sure you're choosing the right country. I've had a few students. We are international, and some just have to make sure that they're choosing the right country. If you are having any problems, I'm going to put up my email address right now, just so you could email me. There's been times where banks, it's just, you run into an issue, and I will help you. We could work something out to make sure that your payment method will go through. All right. Once you fill out this left section on the right hand side, this is where you would put in the coupon. So like I said, it's green. It could be lowercase or uppercase. We're just going to hit apply, and right away you will see that the discount is applied. So off the $6.99, you're going to get $69.90 discounted off the course. And honestly, I tell students all the time, take that money and go ahead and open up a top step trading account or Apex. So you're getting the course and you're getting a discount where you could take that money and go open up a future traders account right there. And then we have lessons where David will further explain to you how to get started with that. All right. And once you do that, you would hit buy now, and then it would complete the process of your checkout. All right. Any questions right now about this?
Guys, if you have any confusion, ask Roman now. He's posted his email. So if you have any questions, you can email him at any time. If you sign up for tier 2, you're going to send an email to Wall Street Global, and you will get a link. If you're doing it this for next week, you'll get a link over the weekend to get you into the private trading room where we do the live boot camp. Okay. So if you're signing up for tier 2 and you want to do the boot camp next week, which I don't suggest unless you're a little further along, Roman's going to put up his email. If you want to get in next week's boot camp, just send him an email and he will send you the link.
I will register you into the course, and I'll show you what it looks like as I show you how the course looks like now. It is from 8:30 to during market hours, so it's 8:30 to 4:30 Monday to Friday. And you're in the room. There is lunch. You do take breaks, but it's a real it's a real
It
class.
is, guys and girls, it is a lot. We're going to blow your minds during the boot camp. It is a lot. So we go very, very slowly. We do take some breaks. It's a lot, man. It is a crap load of information to disseminate. But we go as slow as we possibly can until everybody understands everything that we've talked about.
All right.
Boot camp is not recorded, Tracy. No, because what we do in there is very proprietary. That's the only thing that we do not record, because I don't want it out there for anybody to give to everybody else. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Ron.
All right. So guys, let me show you the course. So as you can see, we have the comprehensive day trading course right here, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right. As we were talking about the lessons plans, here it is. The basics of stock market, getting started, the language of it. And you can see that these courses are really broken down. Some of them are 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it just takes you step by step. And you could stop. You don't, this will save your spot. And if you have to take a break, you can come back and keep learning. We have a lot of people all across different industries taking this course, and they're learning at their own pace. All right, let me show you what a course looks like. Here's some of the let me show you using the moving averages. Let's take a look. All right. So it's actually just like what Dave was teaching right now earlier.
Once we've gone through this, I'm going to show you some live examples of stocks hitting these lines that we made actual trades today and how they worked out for us. All right. So when we are looking at a chart, when we have lines above or pivot points above where a stock is.
All right. So, and then we have our notes here. So it's a full course. All right. Let me also show you the archive section, and this what makes it even more better, tremendous values, because we're constantly adding more content to our archive section. So right here, as you can see on the left hand side, we have our essential lessons. These are lessons that have been added to throughout the years. So here's one. Here's the futures lessons. So this is the PDF, a 96 page slide of futures. Okay, fast track futures. We had one of our senior traders put this together, and it goes over everything that you need to know about futures. Now, we're not done there. If you scroll down, now we have the video lesson, the course lesson, which is 3.5 hours. Okay,
That's
we
insane.
could.
Guys, anyone who wants to learn
changed
how
it
to
either.
trade futures, anyone, Apex, Top Step, anyone, this is worth the entire cost of the course. It's worth more than the entire cost of the course. It's incredible. You'll know exactly what futures are and how to trade them, or rules and everything. Stop orders, profit targets, what you have to do to get these all qualified. It's not that complicated, but that is one of the best lessons we have in there.
It's not complicated, but you do have to learn, and it's rather to just take the course so you understand, and not
Side of it. So I don't want to spend a ton of time in this. You guys need to understand this. This is don't play rules you don't, or don't play rules. Don't play games that you don't understand the rules to. All right. So that's why we're going through this. Then we'll talk about some account setup stuff, and we'll look at some of that stuff. All right.
Incredible.
So he's going over the course there with the slides. So you could read it, you could see it, and it's just it's great. Also, here is on the left hand side. Here's our archive section with our mentorship class. The last one was last week, May 8th, talking about. Here's some of the stuff we talked about. David reviewed the 5 for moving average trade, 5 for moving trade swing, losing day in the trading room. What is market on close? And let's go over that.
Yeah. But here's all your essential lessons, guys. Okay, just go to your essential lessons.
All right, and
click on it, and it brings you to that lesson. I think that would make it. Roman, I'm getting a couple of questions.
Sure.
Guys, this course is yours forever. It's for the rest of your life. It's your course. It stays there. Don't go anywhere. You're going to have access to it forever. Yeah, Arash, this is what the course does. And again, guys and girls, if anyone is not happy, we'll give you your money back. But this is for absolute beginners, advanced, struggling. We start out by talking about the language of the stock market. It's whatever. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, guys. But if you want to learn how to trade stocks, about stocks, trading futures, options, take a shot. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. It's that simple. So don't be intimidated if you're an absolute beginner. All right. Does anyone have any other questions about the course? Otherwise, I want to let Pete wrap things up. It's been a nice hour and a half that we've been with you guys. I hope, whether you end up with us or not, it's great. Take what we taught you tonight anyway, okay? And apply at least the rules that we talked about. Technical analysis obviously is a little more complicated, but, give it a shot, guys. 40, 50 bucks a month. We want to help as many people as we can try to figure this out because it is not easy. How long does it take to complete the course and start trading? Jorge, as long as it needs to take you. When you feel that you're ready, that's when you start trading. There is no hurry. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You can take forever, guys and girls. No, don't be sorry to ask. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, I will be trading live in the boot camp every single day, posting every trade that we do live in real time and explaining why we're doing it. Stop orders, profit targets, everything. Yes, 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 yes. 100%. If you twisted my arm, I would be short the markets right now. But don't make a trade based on that. Boot camp is only 1 week. That is correct. Yes. All right, Matt, Roman, thank you very much. Love you guys. Pete, love you. Pete's going to wrap it up for everybody, guys. Again, nobody's going to chase you down. I hope we see a bunch of you tomorrow night. Okay. That sign up in our mentorship meeting tomorrow night. I always say at the end of the day, let's hope this is our worst day trading and tomorrow's a better day. And then I always say peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. And then I always say green jeans is out of here like Vladimir. Take it away, Mr. Tuchman. Boom shakalaka.
absolutely, Pete.
Okay, so hey everyone. So look, you've gotten a whole bunch. Look, the bottom line is that day trading is an art. It's a skill. It's something that if you're a young person wanting to go to college, learning what we teach, you get the lingo down. It'll help you in your first job interview. It'll help you in going to college if you're young enough for that. Okay, this is a skill. If you take it and go forward with it, it'll help you in so many different things. It's a skill that will help you make disposable income down the road if you ever want to do that. It's a skill that if you want to become a day trader, people have come to us who don't know anything about a stock or a stock, and they've been able to learn how to become a trader and make money. People have come to us who are in college, who've been able to use what we taught them at their first job interview. People come to us who have been retail traders for a while and have not been able to get themselves going again in this new volatile market. We were able to help them, and they've now become successful. So it's for absolutely everybody. Okay, we've got the course, 21 videos, 21 hours, 400 hours of archival content, sorted by subject matter. If you want to learn how to trade, this is the go-to all income, the whole thing, man. It's absolutely insane the amount of information that we have, and it's sorted beautifully. On top of that, Roman will help you set up your charts. There is nobody out there who's doing a full on VIP concierge service for anybody learning to day trade this market. That's who we are. Then we coach and mentor you for life. Then if you want more, we have a boot camp, which will take your trading to the whole nother level. So if you have any interest in becoming a day trader or wanting to learn how to have this as an asset that you can carry with you forever, we are the last place you will ever have to go to become a day trader or learn day trading. It's accessible, it's affordable, it's fun. The course is really well done. It's me and David Green. We coach and mentor you live every Thursday night. We go over the trades. We journal the winners and the losers. Everyone gets to hop on and talk about what's going on, right? All that happens live every Thursday night. The Q&A every Thursday night is recorded. It's in the archives. It's been that way for 4.5 years. So every question that's been asked by a student about the course for the last 4.5 years is in the archives. It's been asked and answered. That's ridiculous. That's so much information, right? And then you've got the boot camp. The boot camp is the course itself. Take it, study it. You own it for life. One-time charge, $4.99. The boot camp is the next level. It's learning. Everybody learns differently. Some people learn on video better. Some people need to see it in person, real time. The boot camp is our course, the 21 videos, 21 hours in live real time with David Green in his private trading room. You get to see and hear and learn the course in real time, day by day. We teach futures, we teach options, we teach equities. Okay. Anything, we teach options, right? So the whole thing, anything to do with trading, we've got it. Okay. So you have access to me, you have access to Dave, right? And plus coaching and mentoring. There's a money back guarantee. There is a payment plan. So it is really, it's one-stop shopping for anything to do with trading and learning how to trade this market. That's it. The bottom line is, where are we in the market right now? We just came off of the record highs once on February 19th. Due to the crazy tariff story, we sold off to the bottom on April 7th. We were down 20% at one point. It looked like the end of the world. It's not. Funny thing, somebody just told me about a quote. This old guy in Wall Street used to say, the end of the world only comes once, and this ain't it, right? So it's a great friggin' line. I absolutely love it. I'm going to use it from now on. At the end of the day, we were able to bounce back from the down 20%, even though it looked pretty dark for a minute. We got back the first 10% off of the technical bounce. We got back the second 10%, climbing a wall of worry. Right now, from April 7th to May 2nd, we went from trough to top, up 20%. We are now, by definition, in a bull market. We were in a bear market. That used to take generations to happen. Now it's happened in 6 weeks. Okay, we sold off furiously over 12 weeks. We made it back in 6 weeks. We're at the crossroads now. We are at the crossroads to figure out what happens with the tariffs, what happens with the deals, right? We have one with China. Great deals made today with Nvidia and AMD with the Saudis. There's a lot on the table, man. There's a lot to happen here. We don't know what's going to happen day to day, but we're day traders. We don't really care about what happens day to day. If you're a long-term investor, we are not your financial advisor, so find that help elsewhere. We talk about it. We don't advise people, okay? We are day traders. We will teach you how to get in and out of stocks and slice and dice and scalp. Those are not bad words, and make money day trading the market so you're green at the end of the day, the week, the month, and the year. That's what we do. We will teach you the lingo, the psychology, the ins, the outs of trading. That's what we do. That's our secret sauce. That is, for us, the Super Bowl of trading every day. That's what you'll get from us. We will hold your hand until you can do this alone. Nobody else out there does that. Nobody else out there with the experience of David Green and I. David, former market maker, traded for 20 on the floor of the exchange, has been teaching for 20. I've been a trader for 137 years, and I'm still on the friggin' floor of the stock exchange, trading the market myself every single day. Okay? So that's the package. It's all there. Payment plan is amazing. $40 a month. You can actually get access to me and David Green and learn how to trade the market. If you do nothing else, then take away from what we taught you tonight. Have a plan when you get into a trade. Have a stop order on every plan. May take profits when you can, not when you have to. Never turn a winning day into a losing day. Never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. Know when to stop trading when you're making money. Know when to stop trading when you're losing money. If you take those 7 little tips and walk away and never talk to us again, you will be a 50% better trader. If that is the beginning of what you want and you want to learn a whole lot more, buy the course, buy the boot camp. Join us for life because we're going to be here for a long time. That's all I got to say. Anyway, Roman, thank you. David, thank you. Maddie, thank you. What does he say? What did the last one say? I would never come back to this course if it was a ripoff. I appreciate that, Mike. Anyway, guys and girls, we've got thousands of students all over the world. We've helped people come out of depressions. We've helped people who have come out of being broke, losing their jobs, right? People who didn't know anything about stocks and learned how to trade. And now we've got people whose wives stopped talking to them because of all the money they were losing. And now they're still in their marriages. It's the bottom line. We love what we do. You can tell from our passion. Dave and I love what we do. For us, it's the Super Bowl every day. Anyway, there's 77 of you left. Go out there and watch the end of the Knicks game. Go Knicks. Have a great night. If you want to reach out and DM me on Instagram, I'm the Einstein of Wall Street. I do a lot of social media. If you want to know about the market wrap up at the end of every day, I'm out there doing it. We do a masterclass every month. Today's masterclass will be recorded and on our website in 48 hours. So if you didn't get enough out of this time, watch it again there. I'm begging you all to come and give it a shot. It's a way to have a lot of fun, learn how to trade the market, and have something in your pocket that you can use for the rest of your life. I wish you all the best. Good luck, goodbye, and have a great life. I'm out of here too. Cheers, everybody.